$400 million. That's money that could pay for an entire year's worth of budget for Norfolk Public Schools.
And an investment by the state of Virginia to increase access to clean water. Investigative reporter Margaret Kavanaugh is digging deeper, talking to those who were overpaid and what the governor and VEC are saying they're going to do to fix it. Here's Margaret.
I think it's frustrating.
Frustration, a constant complaint from many dealing with the Virginia Employment Commission. Cheryl Little says she applied for unemployment but canceled the request when her employer got a PPP loan, but later says she got suspicious bank statements.
And it ended up being a checking account in my name with deposits from VEC totaling around $13,000.
She says an investigator from VEC called her.
That was about 2 months ago. I still haven't heard anything back yet.
Derek Williamson says the VEC told him he was overpaid by $7,500 in unemployment benefits.
I don't have anything in black and white telling me the why. I've called the overpayment department numerous of times, and I haven't received a phone call back.
He says the stress has been immense.
It's frustrating, to keep having to make calls and the biggest thing is when different people tell you different things.
News 3 has been reporting on problems since the start of the pandemic. The Auditor of Public Accounts, that's the group who does audits for state agencies, released this report at the end of January. The report from June of 2021 found that while the commission tried to process claims quickly, outdated technology and limited staffing resulted in a significant number of errors in payment benefits. It states that the VEC did not detect many of these errors until after it issued the payments, and they did not have the systems or processes in place to record overpayments to recoup these funds. Bob McNabb is an economic expert and professor at ODU.
This perfect storm overwhelmed the commission in the short term. And so it prioritized, rightfully so, pushing payments out the door. But when you prioritize pushing payments out the door, you lose internal control.
News 3 spoke to the new VEC commissioner about the audit, who says the report shows significant deficiencies in the agency.
And I think it just emphasizes the amount of work that we have here at the VEC to do.
The report also found that during 2021, the VEC processed $8.4 billion in unemployment claims. That's a 61% increase over the year prior. And collectively, they identified more than $380,000 in known questionable costs. That's taxpayer money that shouldn't have been given out, and estimate approximately $400 million in likely questionable costs.
Of that $400 million, how much of that have you guys been able to get back, if any?
Those things are all in process, Margaret, and constantly evolving. And, to prosecute takes some time to do that. We are working through those amounts.
News 3's I-team also asked the governor about the audit.
We've cut materially the backlog. We're working through the challenges. We're redefining processes and in fact, how the call centers are working. We're doing an enormous amount of work in order to fix the Virginia Employment Commission. This has started on day one, and I'm very pleased with the progress, but we still have a lot of work to do.
McNabb says the findings are vital for all government entities.
The largest lesson learned for the VEC and the Virginia government is that you need to be prepared for when disasters hit.
For the people impacted.
For people out here need help, it's definitely a problem.
A problem that government officials say they're working to try to fix. Margaret Kavanaugh, News 3.
Margaret, I keep hearing throughout that report they're working to make a fix, but no real answers here. What about the issues with fixing the problems with the system security?
No, that's also another issue that we talked about. And the commissioner told me directly that she didn't want to broadcast all of the security changes that they are making, but she did say they're making improvements to technology within the agency, creating better alert systems if there is fraud detected. And that they just met with the Attorney General's office as they're working to increase communication with their office and then other law enforcement across the entire state.
They sure were kind of dancing around trying to see how they're going to get all that money back. All right, and so for people who want to read the full report, what can they do?
Yeah, so this is a copy of the full report that we have right here. It's 16 pages, and I posted it online. You can find it right now at WTKR.com.
All right, thanks, Margaret.